Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official college football bowl season upset alert predictions, where I put teams on upset alert for bowl season. And guys, this first game, what happened? Yesterday, Troy was 2-point favorites. The line has completely flipped. I don't know. Maybe there was an injury. Either way, I have always been on UTSA. You know, this entire last few weeks, I've been saying UTSA is going to win this game, even though they are underdogs. Well, now they're favorites, so I guess this really isn't an upset. It was an upset yesterday, but the line has shifted like crazy. If you haven't seen that, I just think when you compare Troy's offense to UTSA's offense, UTSA has such a significant advantage. And Frank Harris, as a dual threat player, coming back for his 7th season next year, there's a lot of motivation for UTSA. Little bit better than Troy, little bit better at generating explosive plays. Yes, Troy's defense is better than UTSA's defense, but it doesn't make up for the fact that Troy has a really inexplosive offense, so I will take UTSA to win and cover in that one. Next, we have the Idaho Potato Bowl, Eastern Michigan, San Jose State. And we're all in on Eastern Michigan to win this game outright. San Jose State really finished the regular season very poorly. Eastern Michigan, kind of a streaky MAC team that can produce big points in certain games. I will take them to win that game outright overall, 31-28. Next, we have Missouri and Wake Forest. And I've maintained the belief that Missouri wins this game simply because Wake Forest is really, one-dimensional. They can pass, they can't run, and they can't play defense. Yes, Missouri is streaky. Yes, sometimes Missouri's offense doesn't show up. But I think with all this time to prep, they're going to have a good enough game plan. Wake Forest, even Sam Hartman, has had a few meltdowns recently. We've seen them lose some games towards the end of the season. They are trending down. And really, guys, this is a line that opened Wake Forest -4. It's virtually a pick'em. I mean, the last time I checked, Wake Forest was 1-point favorites, but a lot of money coming in on Missouri to win this game outright because Wake Forest has so many key deficiencies. The defense, the run game, Sam Hartman turning the ball over too much in the second half of the season. And we're going to go in on Missouri to win that game outright. Next, we have Oklahoma State and Wisconsin. Guys, I love Wisconsin, and it's very simple. It's the Luke Fickell hire. It's the situation with their team. Both of the starting quarterbacks for these two teams are in the transfer portal, so it's going to be very low scoring. I love the under. It might be like under 43 in this one. I like the under. This is the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Don't love the name of this bowl. I hate the word guaranteed. Guys, doesn't the word guaranteed just look ugly? There's just something, it doesn't look proper. I don't know, something about it. But either way, guys, Wisconsin in this one, they've got so much more momentum. Oklahoma State has been a complete train wreck in the second half of the season. They've lost several games. Their quarterback's in the portal. Wisconsin will use the momentum that they have of hiring Luke Fickell to win this game over a dead program, 24-6. They win that one and they cover the 3-point spread. Next, we have Duke and UCF. And guys, you know, Duke is actually like 1 to 2 point favorites. The line is moved. It's crazy. But let's be honest about this game. UCF is just simply the better team. I think UCF has more talent. And that's not to disrespect Duke. I have so much respect for Duke football, for their complete one-year turnaround. They were one of, if not the worst Power 5 football teams last year. And now they're in a solid bowl game, the Military Bowl, against a very good opponent in UCF, but I think we're really disrespecting UCF. As long as their starting quarterback is healthy, they will win this game. They're just more talented than Duke. And really the only reason UCF struggles is because they've had the quarterback injury and stuff like that. They really do have an explosive offense, and they've got more talent than a Duke team that, let's be honest, has gotten a little bit lucky they're playing in the ACC. Not taking anything away from them, but I think if they're in the Big Ten, they're a 6-6 team. That's just my opinion. Next, we have the Alamo Bowl. It is Texas and Washington. So this line is moving like crazy. It was 5.5. Now I saw it was 4. A lot of money coming in on Washington. Guys, a lot of advanced analytical models like Washington to win this game outright by about 3 points. Personally, I just can't see Texas losing it. It feels like it's Quinn Ewers' coming out party in terms of him possibly getting hyped up for a really good junior season next year and a potential top 5 pick in the draft in 2024. But Washington, if you can get Washington +4 or +5, they're great value right now because I think everyone for Washington is playing. You know, they really have a lot of momentum within that program. Yes, they have a bad defense. Yes, they don't have a great running game, but they can throw the ball all over the place, and sometimes in a bowl game, that's all that matters. Also, you have Bijan Robinson and Texas's backup running back both out for this game, which we thought was going to happen. And also, I think a starting safety for Texas has opted out. So I think Washington as underdogs, great value, but I do have Texas winning this game because Washington has a really bad defense. Next, we have Maryland and NC State in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Right now, Maryland right around 1-point favorites. I love NC State to win this game outright. I just think NC State is the more complete team overall. And it's really going to come down to NC State's defense. I will say Maryland has been playing better. They played really well against Ohio State, almost beat them. They played really well against Rutgers, destroyed them and covered the spread in their last game. But NC State's got a better defense. And even though NC State will be starting, I believe, their 4th-string quarterback, they've actually shown the ability to win with bad quarterback play because of their defense's ability to get stops and generate turnovers. To me, they're just the better overall team culture, and they win this game. They eke it out by 1 point. The Arizona Bowl, Wyoming and Ohio. I love Wyoming. To me, this is a perfect matchup for Wyoming. This is a perfect matchup for the under to hit. Ohio, without their starting quarterback, they haven't been scoring. They're trending downwards. Wyoming, they love playing lower scoring games. And there's been a trend actually in Wyoming games where the underdog always covers. Whether Wyoming is the favorite or not, it doesn't matter. The underdog always covers. Wyoming is the 1-point underdog. I have them winning this game outright. It will be very low scoring. And I do have the under hitting there, obviously, in that one. Next, we have the Sugar Bowl. So this one's tough to predict, with probably Bryce Young sitting out, Will Anderson sitting out, Kansas State, a lot of money coming in on them. Alabama, 3-point favorites. But I do think Alabama wins this game. I've just got to feel that Nick Saban hears everyone talking about how Alabama in their last 3 Sugar Bowls, they haven't been good. It just feels like Alabama has the overall talent advantage. But I will say, I don't feel strongly about this bet. Kansas State is certainly a good team. And I don't think Kansas State has any opt-outs. So they're definitely going to have an advantage in terms of the overall experience. But I don't know. This is just me trusting Nick Saban. And we'll see what happens, 37-30. I like the over in that game. Ohio State and Georgia in the Peach Bowl. Right now, Georgia back down to 6.5-point favorites. The line's been kind of yo-yoing in between 6.5 and 7 points. And guys, I do maintain the belief that Ohio State wins this game outright. Because when you look at Georgia, their pass defense, it's not good. Ohio State has been getting trashed by everyone, but their overall team talent compares very favorably. They're almost right on par with Georgia, and they have a significant offensive advantage. I think this is a Marvin Harrison Jr. generational type game. I've got Marvin Harrison Jr. over 200 yards in this one, probably 2 touchdowns. He is going to single-handedly win this game for Ohio State. And the Buckeyes, if you actually take a look at their offense, we know how good they are passing the ball. They've actually, against Michigan, they ran the ball well. I know people are kind of going crazy because Trevion Henderson is out, but even without Trevion Henderson, they have running backs, Dolan Hayden in specific, that can really get it done, even though he didn't even play against Michigan. I think he'll be a lot more involved versus Georgia, and I just believe that people are kind of being numb to the idea that, oh, Georgia's going to win. They're a well-oiled machine no matter what. They're actually ignoring severe deficiencies in the Georgia secondary, giving up over 200 passing yards to LSU's backup quarterback in one half. There's some issues, and you can say it's garbage time, whatever. Giving up 500 passing yards to LSU, in my opinion, is a real big red flag. And Stetson Bennett's going to be playing from behind in this game, and he's simply not going to be able to keep up. Also, you have to factor in what Ryan Day is going to do. Guys, Ryan Day is about to deploy an extremely fast-paced offense, the exact same thing Alabama did against Georgia last year in the SEC Championship. Jalen Carter is going to be gassed. He's not going to be able to rush the passer because he's going to be on the field. Ohio State's not going to be subbing anyone in. They're going to go quick, quick, quick. Boom. They're already up 7-0. And I think Ryan Day needs to really do something because he has been embarrassed recently, and he needs to respond and really coach a good game. So I have Ohio State winning in a massive high-scoring shootout, and I love the over 62 in this one as well. Next, we have the Cotton Bowl, Tulane and USC. So Caleb Williams dealing with that injury. He should play, I'm guessing. Obviously, he's not going to opt out for the draft or anything. He has to come back next year. But it just feels like Tulane's going to be a little bit more fired up for this game. Guys, here's a fun fact about this game. The get-in tickets for this game are $5. So that just goes to show you a 1 o'clock Cotton Bowl. It's actually 12 o'clock noon local start time in Dallas, Texas. I think we're going to see a lot of empty seats for this game. There's going to be not a lot of energy. It's going to smell of an upset. USC fans are not going to travel. Tulane's going to be a team that's very motivated to be there, and they possibly win that game there. And that's actually it for the overall. I was just trying to see if there was another game, but no, that's it for my overall upset predictions. I do have Utah beating Penn State. I don't think Utah loses back-to-back Rose Bowls. I want to get that on the record. Utah beats Penn State in a close, really fun Rose Bowl as well. So guys, those are my official college football upset alert predictions for bowl season 2022/2023. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.